All right, so it is straight up 6 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. So we are going to get started. How are you guys? I am Jacqueline Hughes. I'll be hosting this call tonight. And I've got Ms. Danielle Porter that is also on with me. So if you are watching this live, please, or even as a recording, please feel free to tag myself or Danielle in the group with any of your questions or comment here in the chat box. And Danielle will help me kind of moderate that and hop in when you're ready. And if you have questions as we go. But I'm super stoked that you're here. I'm going to share my screen with you all so that you can see what I see, and then we can get started. As I mentioned, I am Jacqueline Hughes. I am the founder of Team Viva Vida. I am a two-time elite coach, which I'll share with you a little bit about what that means in a little bit, but that is because our team has been successful. I've been coaching for about 2.5 years, and I am abundantly passionate about health and wellness. In my other life, or 2.5 years ago, was an ICU nurse, trauma surgical ICU nurse, and I also taught yoga. I still do on the side. And I'm just abundantly passionate about my own health and helping other people be healthy, which obviously led me to my career choice that it did. But once I started a family, I realized that I needed to shift where I was in my life so that I could be home with my child. My husband is in the Navy and has been deployed for the better part of the last 2 years. So I really found coaching at the perfect time for me. And this call here is not going to be to convince you or sell you on being a coach or anything else. It's merely to share what is so valuable about this experience and what our experience as a team has been so far. We call ourselves the Good Vibe Tribe, and that's truly what we are as a community. I've gained so much from my experience as a coach and from the journey that I've been on, and that's really the goal of this call, is to share that with you and see if this lines up with where you are in your life, if this lines up with where you're going and what you envision your future being like. And there's different levels of coaching, so we're going to get right into it. On this call, you're going to hear what coaching is and is not, who can be a coach, the types of coaches and the time commitment, how you actually make money doing this, and how we share, not sell, and answer questions like, what if you don't have a large friends network or list, or all the different objections that you might have already run over in your head, or if you've mentioned this to friends or family, they may have asked you. We're going to tackle all of that and open ourselves up to be open books to you so that you can ask questions once we're done. So as I mentioned, I'm Jacqueline Hughes, trauma surgical ICU nurse, Navy spouse, mom, yoga instructor. I love the outdoors. I'm an adventure junkie. We live here in Honolulu, Hawaii. I love hiking and paddleboarding. I'm very active and I embrace all different types of activity and fitness. I'm an ambassador for just active living. And I think that's important to mention because I'm not one-dimensional. I don't just do home workouts at home. I'm an advocate for healthy living across all different platforms. And I think that a common misconception about coaching is that you only do home workouts and that's all you practice and that's all you preach. And that's not, couldn't be further from the truth. And I'll share more about that with you in a bit. But I love yoga, obviously, and personal development. I'm an enthusiast of always working on yourself first. I'm a lover of crazy yoga pants. And again, that just speaks to a little bit about my individuality and flair. And I'll share with you in a bit why that's so important. And I struggled with a past eating disorder. And I'm an advocate for health and positive body image and healthy nutrition for kids. And I really love to emphasize that point because I think it's easy to look at people that are coaches or that have a certain level of fitness or have attained a certain level of expertise in any one field and just assume it's been easy for them, or assume that they can't understand the struggle that you've been through. Or maybe you're at a point in your journey where you're like, I don't even know if I can be a coach because I have all these other things that have gone in my life and I'm not perfect. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, I'm not perfect either. I honestly have gone through a lot of struggles with my health and wellness journey, but what it's done for me is given me a level of expertise to speak and meet people where they're at, get on their level and speak to the things like food addiction, like binging, like poor body image and poor self-control, and really get down in the dirt with them and be like, hey, I'm not preaching at you. I'm right here with you. And so I lead with that because I want everybody to know I am an open book and I do come at this from a space of heart. So moving on, who is Team Viva Vida? Viva Vida means living life. And we chose that name for our team because we don't just come at coaching from a fitness perspective, we come at coaching from a health and wellness perspective across all areas of life. And so we are a community of individuals from all walks of life coming together to live healthy, happy, and inspired. We invest first in becoming the best versions of ourselves, building successful businesses on a foundation of helping others live more healthy, fulfilling lives. So all that is to say, we are in a business of paying it forward. We're in a business of making health and fitness a priority in our life and then helping other people do it the same, because we acknowledge that in order to continually evolve on our journey, we have to be giving it away. We have to be giving away what we have so that we can attain more of it too, like for ourselves. We can solidify our knowledge and we can help others. And I can tell you that the people on this team have some of the biggest hearts you will ever see or know in your life. They genuinely care about what we do and how we do it, and with the greatest amount of integrity. We call ourselves the humble hustlers. And so we keep busy, we keep on top of it, and we love to be there for one another. And as you can see here, this is just a sampling of some of the incredible people on our team, but there isn't just one way to become a coach. You can come from all walks of life. Erica is a mom of 2 boys, a government worker. She's working with startup companies and apps. Danielle, who's on the line with us tonight, she's a mom and a grad student getting her master's in nutrition, also a military spouse. Melissa's a personal trainer. Crystal is a family psychologist. Aria is a teacher. Christy's a mom of 3. Renee is a physician who takes this into the hospital and helps healthcare workers get healthy, because if you have any knowledge of them, you know that they're sometimes some of the most unhealthy people there are. Christine's a stay-at-home mom of 3. Rob is a fireman paramedic. Marnie, his wife, is a professor. Tess is a physical therapy assistant. Bethany is a mom of 2 and works full-time in the Army. Rebecca's a teacher. So guys, there is every kind of person a part of our team, and anyone can relate to where you're starting and help you get where you want to go. And we are certainly better together, that's for sure. So I want to give you just a little, tee this up with some backstory. Beachbody coaching actually came about because it gave birth to itself. And what I mean by that is, back in the day when they first started, they were strictly an infomercial company. You see Carl Deichler and John Cogden, they are the founders and CEO of Beachbody. And they started out with these programs that they were friends with trainers. They wanted to start a health-based company. And so they were getting it off the ground with infomercials, and they were having a lot of success with people buying their programs, but they were noticing these chat rooms pop up where people that had bought the programs were helping one another stay on track with their journeys. And they were just organic. They were back in the dawn of chat rooms. Do you guys remember those, back in the day before we had Facebook? And so a person would start and he'd start talking to other guys, and a woman would start and talk about how she was trying to lose baby weight and the obstacles she was coming up with. And John and Carl thought, well, hey, what if we looked at those people that were hosting those chat rooms and said, we would love for you to do this as part of a job, as part of the company. We'll incentivize you. We'll give you a cut of whatever people spend when they get a program because you were helping them to do it. And there you go. That's your first coach. So it started out with these programs you see here, which are still some of the most amazing programs that we have access to in our on-demand streaming library: Brazilian Butt Lift, P90X, Turbo Jam, Slim and 6. So we kind of started coaching ourselves, and that was how the coaching community began. So what is coaching? It's exactly that. It's people that started on their journey, and in order to stick with it, they knew they needed an accountability buddy. They knew they needed to hear from somebody else that was in the trenches with them, and so they band together and they started leading these groups together. And once they'd done it one time through, they were already more experienced than a person just starting out. So they reached out their hand to those people just starting out and said, hey, I want to help you through. These are the things that I learned when I did the program the first time, and I want to help you do it too. And then the company started incentivizing those people. And when they did that, then the coaching community was born. So we teach, we inspire, we help people set goals and stick to their goals. We help them stay motivated. We lead by our own example, which is huge to become a coach. It's sometimes one of the hardest steps for people, is to non-negotiably put themselves out there. But it's also one of the ways that I stuck to my own journey finally. When I said I was a coach and I'd done a program all the way through, you can be certain I wasn't going to let my results slip. I was going to continue to uphold that bar so that I could help people do the same thing. So I'm leading by example every single day, and that only furthers my own personal accountability. I mentor, we team work, and we have a vision that's common that we're always working toward. We call it our Viva Vida Health Initiative, where we're just helping people figure out how healthy living looks and feels and fits into their life. So first, we're customers, we're believers, we're encouragers. We are people who are willing to start and share our own journey authentically, and then encourage others to start and stick with their own. and what we actually do. So you start by working on a program. So maybe some of you are coming into this call having already done a challenge, and that's why you're here. You're like, I'm there, I got results, I'm a believer, man. I'm all in. I have people asking me about my transformation, and I want to know what to tell them. I'm tired of telling them to join my coaches challenge group. Maybe I can earn my Shakeology every month, I earn back what I spend on my Shakeology every month. Maybe I can save 25% on my next program that I want to do, or actually earn an income like I have and replaced having to be a full-time nurse with staying home and doing fun stuff like this. So we start by working on our own journey, we share those results, and then we help other people do the same. And then those people help some more people do the same. And those people help some more people do the same. And so we are in a business of paying it forward, which is truly an amazing thing to be a part of, because you are truly part of something that's bigger than you. It's the ripple effect. It's you starting with something that might just be, I need to lose 10 pounds, or I need more energy, like I did. That's how I started. I was looking for more energy after having nursed my daughter for 15 months. I was depleted. And my friend who's a holistic health practitioner recommended Shakeology. And so I was like, all right, let's give it a go. I'll try it. And I felt amazing. And I finally was able to stop yo-yo dieting and up 10 pounds and back 10 pounds and up 15 and back. And I felt good. And so I paid that forward to the people that mattered most to me, who in turn paid it forward to people that mattered most to them. And our community and team grew from there. What coaching is not, and I think this is so important, so turn on your ears when you hear this. We are not a get rich quick or get fit quick scheme. Just like your health and fitness journey, if you're doing it right, is a journey. You're working on your mindset, you're working on your body, you're working on your overall health. So is coaching. You are going to be faced with the fact that you're going to have to grow as an individual and be excited to do so and step out of your comfort zone every day. It's one of the most fulfilling journeys I've ever been on. I've realized so much about myself. I've gained so much confidence, all of this. If you would have told me 2.5 years ago I'd be on a webinar that's streaming live on YouTube and I'd be allowing people to just randomly ask me questions, I would have shuddered at the thought. But I have grown as an individual and as a person, and that's what this does. It will stretch you. It's both the business and the programs both require hard work and dedication to succeed, but it can pay off in really big ways. And I'm going to share my success stories and some of those on our team in a little bit, but you don't have to be cookie cutter. There are people that lead from this business from a health perspective. I have a big background in yoga. Health and mindset and mental health is hugely important to me, and I share a lot about that in the way that I lead my groups. But we have coaches that are very into fitness or very into nutrition, and so they have that kind of a spin on the way that they coach, and they're going to attract people that need that kind of guidance. So what's great about this is because none of us are the same. We all have individual needs. We're going to attract individual people. So you don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to be a cookie cutter coach. You don't have to be, and are encouraged not to be, a salesy salesperson and cold call people. We really want to emphasize this is a relationship-based business. We're about connecting with one another, sharing our personal experience, and helping people get results. So who can be a coach and what types of coaches are there? The real answer is you. Really, anybody that wants to do this, can call themselves a coach. To actively coach, you have to possess a few qualities, but I'm going to get into that. So you see here pictured the discount coach preferred customer. It's what we say, and that's my mom there. She's a coach, but truly she probably doesn't even know how to log into her account. She's truly a coach just for her 25% because she's hooked on Shakeology. She wants to save 25% every single month. She doesn't participate in helping to lead anything or coach people actively. She's merely a coach because she loves the products and programs. She does her PIO and her 21-day fix and her what does she do? She loves T25 because she's obsessed with Shaun T. So she has her workouts, she travels with them, she loves getting her Shakeology. She does the Ultimate Reset, which is our 3-week cleanse every year. It's helped her to keep her cholesterol down and got her off cholesterol meds, but I digress. That's a whole nother success story, but that is her role. And so she doesn't devote any time to it. A hobby coach is someone that also loves the programs and products, but they may want to co-lead with another coach. They're looking to get their Shakeology covered every month because they want it every month, but they don't necessarily want to have to pay for it. So they're in a referrals-based kind of thing where each month they share with people what they're doing, they invite to a challenge group, and maybe they're getting their Shakeology covered every month and they're saving their 25% and they're happy there. And then you get into the business builders, which are obviously people like me who are obsessed with what it is they do and have taken it to another level because they're not only, leading challenge groups every month, helping people coach, but they're also bringing on people that want to coach too and taking an interest in training them, helping to build a team of like-minded individuals that really stems out this whole wellness initiative. We earn an income based on your time and effort, and I'll break that down in just a minute. But you do have the option to build a 6-figure business plus if you put in the time and energy. And there's disclaimers that go along with that. Obviously, it's all based on your personal initiative and how much time and energy you invest in it. But I will share a success story with you that, will really open your eyes to the potential. You may fall somewhere in between all of that. And with that comes different time commitments. It really does depend on you. And I know that's frustrating to hear because some people are very cookie cutter. They want to know, okay, well, how much exactly do I need to spend each day? Really, it depends on your goals and your definition of success. Some people, if they're a discount coach, their definition of success as a coach is merely getting their 25%. If you're a hobby coach, you're different. You want to get your Shakeology covered, which means each month you want to be sharing a group or something with 3 new people each month that are going to order Shakeology and that you're able to get a referral back from so that it helps cover your own. If you're a business building coach, your idea of success is going to be seeing an income progressively over time. We set you up with trainings on our team so that you learn how to dial in a routine, which we like to call a power hour. So at a minimum, 1 hour a day, if you can set it up, that can be chopped up to the morning, afternoon, and night if you're a parent and you've got activities with your kids or if you're working full time. But for an hour each day, if you can commit to dialing into the trainings, being a part of the team in the 4 vital behaviors, which I'll go over in a second, and really just committing to your journey, you can start to grow and see success. Obviously, if you want success faster, you'll need to devote more time. And for someone like me, I work several hours each day. But what's beautiful about that is I'm not working at the hospital. I'm not getting childcare. I'm not having to send my daughter off early in the morning so that I can work a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift. I'm not having to work holidays and weekends. And when my husband's home, I'm home. I don't have to request off time from anybody, and I am my own boss. So there are really great benefits to being your own boss. It does take discipline, and so you would have to figure out where in your life this fits for you and the art of making your power hour. So how the business works, much like a franchise, you start up, but there's no buy-in for Beachbody. You don't pay them hundreds of dollars just to call yourself a coach. In fact, you don't pay them really anything. You get your program, a challenge pack, which is Shakeology with a program, and you can be a coach. Your coaching fee is actually waived if you get your own program. So really you're buying a product to invest in your journey first, which some of you might already have done and done a challenge group, in which case you can submit your coach enrollment and get your $40 back for coach enrollment. But if you're going to get a challenge pack right off the bat, then your $40 is waived. So you get your package and you become a coach. You're a coach. You get plugged into our team. You get all the benefits of our groups. You get all the benefits of our trainings and our team training site. You also get the benefit of being backed by the Beachbody name. As I mentioned, they started out as one of the most reputable companies as far as infomercials is concerned, and are now one of the most reputable health and wellness companies because they recognize that we offer the total solution. Not only do we have an amazing product and system to offer people, we offer them support to make sure that they make it through. And so you are backed by Beachbody as a household name, all the expert trainers that go into it, all the top Harvard and Yale Ivy League nutritionists that put together our meal plans and put together Shakeology. So we are backed by all of that expertise. You also have the guidelines. So you have the ability, and I touched on this, to brand yourself. As I mentioned, I'm into yoga. I love living life outdoors here in Hawaii. And so my brand looks different than you'll see Erica in the upper right-hand corner here. She's a very engaged military spouse. I think she works like for 3 other companies doing app development. She just started her own military spouse company, but all of it kind of synchronistically works together. But she's got 2 boys and they're just moved in PCS to Virginia. Meredith is a yoga instructor from San Diego. She's pictured here in the middle. And then that's me on the left. But we all came from totally different walks of life, but we brand our businesses differently. I have a yoga flair. Erica brands everyday mom life and talks about how she fits it in working and being a military spouse. And there's so many different people that bring whatever their talent and their voices to the table. And we emphasize that. We want you to be yourself and have your own voice in this business. And again, success is dictated in this business based off how many people you help, whether you're helping people become challengers and get results, physical results in your group, or whether you're mentoring other people to become coaches like I do, like Danielle does. And we leading calls like this, but the more people on your team that have success, that's how you become successful. So remember at the beginning of the call when I said we're a 2-time elite team, that happened because the people on this team have been successful, because they're helping people get results, because we are engaged as a community, because we have an amazing training system put into place to help you get started, to help you keep going, and we're good at what we do. How this works, and Erica usually leads these calls with me, and this is her favorite slide because she came from corporate America. That's where she worked, and we often hear as coaches, well, isn't this just an icky pyramid scheme? Isn't this an MLM? Well, our CEO likes to call us an MLH, if we're being politically correct, because we're a multi-level helping company. We don't just give people products, we actually show them how to use them, and it differentiates us from everybody else out there. But your typical corporate structure, you have a CEO, managers, supervisors, and employees, and very rarely do anyone along the bottom, unless you're a real go-getter, ever make it up to that top spot. With Beachbody, you come in a CEO of your business on day one. You don't have anybody to report to. You don't report to me or the coach that signs you up. What you want to do with this is your business. You don't ever take money from the people beneath you. We all synchronistically work together, and Beachbody pays us as individuals directly. So you don't have to forfeit to your upline. You don't have to give a percentage back to the company. You don't have a huge buy-in. Pyramid schemes are actually illegal, and a lot of other MLMs get a bad rap because there's such a huge buy-in with the promise that they get their money back when they also sign up people that pay them a huge buy-in. That's not the case with Beachbody. As I just shared with you, all you do is get your kit. So regardless of if you actually choose to coach or not, you still get the benefit of keeping your kit, doing your programs, drinking your Shakeology, and what you do with the coaching side of the thing is completely on you. So I really like to give this visual because it helps people break down, hey, I'm a CEO from day one. I can step into that role. And if you're a go-getter, like I was, like the other people on the team, that's a very empowering place to be, because you know day one, this business is either going to succeed or fail, but it's going to do so on my shoulders. And if I wanted to succeed, that's entirely in my hands. One of the coaches on our team, her name's Moira Casaba. She started almost a year after us. And I always hear, well, there's no room at the top. People have to have started a long time ago to be successful. Not true. Currently, Moira is number 39 in the entire company. And she has done so because she's excited about this. She got amazing results, and she started talking to people at church and at her home and leading these small groups in South Carolina where she was getting results and helping other people do the same. And she just has excitement around her, and she's got that kind of personality. And so she just organically started sharing, and she has even surpassed where we are at the point of right now in the business, just because she's so excited about it. So there is no cap, there's no person or anyone other than you that dictates where you can go and what you can do with this opportunity. So do I have to sell stuff? That's the other thing. I told you we were going to get into some of those things that people have like to take issue with. I am not a salesperson. I worked at Express in college. I had the hardest time coming up to people. I don't like pushing things on people that don't want them. I don't see this as sales. I know that there is a sales component. I'm not ignorant. However, we don't sell people stuff. We provide them solutions to help them achieve their goals successfully. I used Shakeology and did a program before I ever recommended it to somebody else. And the only reason I felt comfortable doing so is because I believed in it wholeheartedly, because it really, really helped me. I bounced back after having Nurse McKenna. I finally had energy and felt like myself again. I'm able to share the coaching opportunity because, guys, I legitimately feel like it's changed my life, and I'm so thankful for that. I found coaching right before we moved to Hawaii, and I was struggling with the decision to go back and be a full-time nurse and have to leave my daughter in childcare while my husband was getting ready to deploy, and leave her for 13 hours a day, 3 days a week, so that I could make sure our family got out of debt. I could make sure that we were a 2-income household and not have to skimp and save and be years and years in paying off debt. I have been in this business 2.5 years, and in year one, I was able to pay off all our family debt, all of our cars. I've been able to be home every day with my daughter. I've been able to get in the best shape of my life and not yo-yo anymore and feel healthy. And I have people telling me I look better now than I did when I was in my early 20s. And that is all because I said yes to this opportunity. and I continue to be passionate about it and pay it forward. That's not selling stuff to me. That's me telling somebody, hey, I found something that works and I am excited to share it with you because it's changed my life. And I feel really good about the fact that it might change yours too if you let it. And so that for me doesn't equal sales. That to me is just like recommending a great movie to a friend or a great massage therapist or a great restaurant. You're referring people to something that's changed your life and has the ability to change theirs too. So how do we earn income? You earn income by, first, as I mentioned, you get the referrals type. So if you 3 people order using your link, you get the opportunity to get a check cut from Beachbody with a percentage of that, 25% to be exact. And that's, I use the number 3 because in our whole coach training, you'll learn that makes you hit Success Club, and Success Club is a point-based, incentive-based system where you can earn free trips too. And I'll get into that in a second, but 3 people each month, you're gonna get enough money back so that you just paid for your own Shakeology. If you get anybody over that, that means that you're actually starting to earn income. That's your first revenue stream. Your second revenue stream opens up when you start to actually have people join you. Maybe they're people like my mom who just want to stay on Shakeology and get their discount. And then they become discount coaches and you start building a little team of like-minded individuals. And maybe some of those people become hobby coaches and they too start to build little teams. And then you can cycle bonus off volume that is all of us together working synchronistically based off of all of our success. So that's the second revenue stream. And then the third one opens up later, but that has to do with bonuses and doesn't really pertain to us in this call at this time, but that I do get into in much more detail as you start to learn coaching and get involved. On top of that, you save 25% on anything you order. So if you're an avid Shakeology drinker, you like to do new programs, you'll save 25% on that. You get 50% of any club subscription that comes in under you. So if you have people that are subscribing to the Beachbody streaming workouts and club, that's a quarterly fee that re-ups every quarter, and you get 50% of that. And then all those team cycle bonuses I mentioned. Success Club trips and prizes. I have been the recipient. Let me share what it's coming up in 2 more slides, but I'll share some of that with you in a moment. But you also get the opportunity to earn free trips and incentives, which was really fun for me. And like I said, I'll share that in just a moment, but that's another thing available to you. So we are set up for success as coaches, guys. We really have the total solution. We have the nutrition that comes from Ivy League nutritionists putting together these meal plans, the way that we do portion control and Shakeology and all the great superfoods that go into it and the top-notch nutrition that goes into that and developing it. It's spot on. It's above all. And so then we also have that paired with peer-to-peer support, which is us. That's the piece that we do. We bring people together. We help them stay accountable so that they actually get results. And then we have world-class fitness. You'll pay hundreds of dollars. And I told an interesting story on my challenge group call last night. I once had a trainer, guys, that was training me, and he was really personable. I liked him a lot, but I just bought Insanity and it was sitting on my shelf at home. I just didn't have the oomph to do it on my own. I know we've all been there. Don't lie to me and tell me that it hasn't sat on your shelf a program before and collected dust before you actually finished one. And the trainer actually said, so can I borrow your Insanity DVDs? He watched them and then would charge me for training sessions to actually do the same workouts that were in my Insanity DVDs. Now that's insane. So really we have the best trainers in the industry leading these fitness programs, and then you get the opportunity as a coach to actually connect with them. I've met Shanti, I've met Jacqueline. Sagi is actually married to one of the coaches that's part of our upline in this team. Tony takes pictures with my daughter and has been here in Hawaii. I mean, we get to know these people. We get to tap their brains and use their content and use their workouts to help people get in the best shape of their lives. It's really fun and an amazing community to be part of. So let's just say, what if the worst case scenario is you become a coach, no one wants to join you. You're not building a team. You're not nobody wants to say yes to your challenge groups. Well, I can tell you that if you're doing the things that we tell you to do in our trainings and we help you with, you will. But even if you don't, you've still connected with some of, like I said, the most amazing people that I've ever known, that I consider some of my extended family, that are positive, driven, and inspiring, and that will have an impact of your life. It's said that you become like the 5 people you surround yourselves with. I can tell you your life will improve leaps and bounds just by being a part of our community, our Good Vibe tribe. You'll reach your own personal health and fitness goals, which I think is most important. You're going to finally get to where you want to go because you'll be dialed into a group of people that are going to help you get there. And you're going to face your fears and try something new. You will never, ever regret doing something that's going to help you grow and step into a new phase of your life. What you will regret is not taking a chance on yourself and believing in yourself enough to believe that you could actually do this. So why are we obsessed with this and love what we do? Well, if you haven't been able to tell already, I've laid it all out for you, but just to recap, their personal accountability. I believe each of us on this team is getting better with age and time. We have the freedom, both financially by choice. We get paid by our performance and not by tenure. We actually, the more you hustle, if you want to go all in and create a huge business and a great team, you will have that freedom to do so. You have the freedom with your time. You decide. You get to work from home or wherever you want to be. Quality friendships with like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron. So if you want to be more fulfilled in your life, spend time with people that have that in them, that have what you want. Constant source of connection and inspiration, opportunities to travel and experience events. You get to build your unique brand with your own stamp without the hassle, buying into an established brand with a custom. We bring you customer service. We bring you all the things that you need to help get your business off the ground, technical support. That's all taken care of for you on Beachbody's end. You get to be part of this Good Vibe tribe. We have trainings laid out for you. We have so much love that goes into those trainings. I myself personally designed the team training site. So you have knowledge there built in so that on day one, you can jump in and start learning and going at this whatever speed you feel you're ready for. And you build residual income. You have that opportunity to stop trading your time for dollars and instead build now and earn off your efforts always. So you put in hustle, you pick your hours, and you decide how long that's going to extend out for your life. So this is a little sampling of some of, like I mentioned, the Success Club trips and rewards. So within 5 months of being a coach, I went on an all expenses paid cruise to Grand Cayman and Cozumel with my success partner and business partner, Meredith, right there. If you can see her with little coconuts, you'll see her in pretty much all the pictures because we do all of our trips together. But we also have done Costa Rica, Jamaica twice, Grand Cayman. Where did we just go? I'm missing one. Danielle was with me. Where were we? Oh, Bahamas. How could I forget the Bahamas? We were on the Bahamas. We got to Nashville, Cancun. I mean, we get these awesome opportunities, and I have a huge wanderluster, guys. I love to travel, and I think like many of you, once we step into the role of adulthood, we start paying for our own vacations. We realize, oh my gosh, that's expensive, and especially when you're working to get out of debt. And with our work schedules, it's hard to find the time, it's hard to find the money. And one of the things Beachbody's done for me is allowed me the ability to travel again and see the world and go on these trips. And not only go on these trips, but go on these trips with people that are amazing to be around. We work out, we adventure, we travel. They're people that just get you. So you're not, we went on a cruise, and it was the funniest thing because if you've ever been on a cruise ship, the gym is always empty on a cruise ship, right? The gym is empty. On our cruise ship, it was like people had to sign in to get their gym slot time, and the smoothie bar was more busy than the bar where you got alcohol. So I mean, it's cool to be on these trips with people that just get you, that you have fun with, and to have it taken care of, and to get this trip as a perk is even better. So a glimpse into what's possible, and I do need to say that in order to keep it legal, Beachbody doesn't guarantee results. It's all based off of your success. Your success is based off of your diligence, your effort, your skill, and what you're willing to learn and how much you're willing to put into this. You will get out of it. So a glimpse at what's possible. Again, this is my success partner, business partner, Meredith. She started out in December of 2013, or she had been a coach at that point for, I believe, 2 or 3 months, and her earnings were around $2,000 that month, or almost 3. Then December of the following year, $5,000 a month, and then in December of 2015, $12,000 a month. And I've been a little bit slower growing, but I've been more consistent and making sure that I kept my balance of family. So just to give you a perspective, Meredith doesn't have kids and I do. So to give you a little bit different perspective, month 1, I earned around $300, which is no joke. Like, I paid for my Shakeology easily. And then on top of that, I was able to start putting money away. By month 6, I was earning $1,400 a month. That means I was taking care of all the car payments at that point in time. I was taking care of all the extras. I was even able to treat my husband finally, which was huge to me. Some of you might not. Some of you may be able to relate to this. For me, it was really hard going from being a full-time nurse and having that income to having to ask my husband for money. And he's an amazing man and didn't mind one bit me asking for money to go do something nice for myself or to go take classes at the yoga studio. But it was hard hard for me as an independent woman who had education, who was career oriented, to not have my own income anymore. So when his birthday would roll around, I would feel silly buying him presents with his own money. And when his birthday rolled around my first year as a coach, I went and got us a room and a bed and breakfast. I was able to take us out to dinner to a nice restaurant, and I knew that I did that on my own. And that was huge. And that was just the start, because then in month 12, I was earning $4,000 a month. In month 18, I was earning around $7,000 a month. And it's only continued to grow from there, which allows me to make my next point. As a nurse, I was lucky to get a raise of maybe $1, $2 each year, maybe every other year. And in this business, you decide when you get a raise. If you want to hustle, if you want to make sure you're filling your challenge groups, if you want to make sure that you're helping your coaches succeed and growing a team, then you can give yourself a raise every single day, every single week. So it's all on you and what you want to do. And this is part of our legacy. I mentioned a couple people in our upline that we have available for trainings and mentorship opportunities. As you see, Meredith on the left, in the middle is Amy Silverman. She's currently the #2 coach in the entire company. She's on a trip right now on an all expenses paid trip by Beachbody too, for being top 10 in the company, to French Polynesia. She's been there for 3 weeks. I'm so jealous seeing her pictures, and I live in Hawaii, so I really have nothing to complain about, but she is an amazing individual, and we have her at our as part of our resources as well. And above her is Barbie Kalev, who's married to Siki Kalev, Body Beast, the Beast, and she is part of our upline as well and offers trainings. And as I mentioned, I have put together a team training site. So you're a part of 4 elite teams. You're a part of the #2 team in all of Beachbody. We have monthly trainings. We train you on social media, marketing, growing your network. We mentor you personally with calls each week. We give you webinars, and we give you live training events and trips and opportunities. I'll actually be hosting our first Viva Vida Leadership Summit here in Hawaii in October. So what now? If this is all spoken to you and excited you, don't wait. Reach out to the person that invited you to this call and talk to them about your questions, or message with me right now. After this group is over, I'll be in the Facebook page. Let me know what questions you still have, and then connect with them and say, I'm ready to go. Let them know what kind of coach you think you want to be. That helps them to know how to get you started. So whether you want to start it as a discount coach and work your way up. And let me also say on that point, these are not official designations, discount coach, hobby, business builder. They're just things we've given as labels so that you can decide what your commitment level is. And then at any point in time, I started out as a discount coach, guys, and within my first month, I was like, hey, I like this. I like this a lot. I think I could do something with this. And I ran with it, and I went from being a discount coach to being a business builder in month 1. So you decide at what point you want to move up. Let them walk you through the sign-up process, get you to log into the team training site and your challenge pack, get signed into your first challenge group if you haven't already done one. If you're joining as a hobby or business builder, jump into that quick start training that we've put together for you. It's a series of 6 videos that teaches you exactly what you need to do as a brand new coach to get started. And then 5, be an apprentice coach in your coach's next challenge group. It's a big step to say, hey, I'm going to help you co-lead, but do it. It's not, you're going to get so much out of the experience of just doing and being action oriented in this, because there is so many resources and so much to take in. The biggest teacher you're going to have is just experiencing it for yourself as a challenger, experiencing yourself into throwing yourself in as a co-lead. That is where you're going to get the bulk of what you need to know and how to be a great coach and step into your confidence as a coach. So with that is our call, you guys. That is our behind the scenes coaching unveiled. I don't know why this just highlighted in blue, but it did. So I am going to stop the video here. I'm going to ask Ms. Danielle, do we have any other questions or anybody that posted anything, Danielle, that we need to ask? Answer?
No, sorry, I was unmuting. No, there was no other questions that needed to be answered.
Okay. So guys, I will be in the Facebook group for just a little while. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in there. And if you're watching this as a replay, please reach out to me, reach out to the person that gave you the link for this call. We are excited to connect with you. We have our next coach mentorship starting at the top of July. The first 2 weeks of every month is when we start off our new training. So you are at the perfect time right now to get yourself going so that you can start it with all the fun stuff coming up at the top of July. And I hope that you decide to join us. And it's been my privilege to be here with you tonight. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye, guys.